Hello, guys, and welcome again to another edition of Learning with Rich. Okay, so in this topic, we are going to enhance a scene with non-building components and decals in Revit 2018. Okay, so as you can see, I have this model here. Okay, so in this exercise, I'm going to add non-building components, including freestanding components, RPCs. When you say RPCs, that is rich photorealistic contents, and decals to a building model. So after that, we are going to, if we still have time, we're going to add the material in our building model. All right. Okay, so this is my model. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to select here level 1. Okay, so I'm going to add freestanding components. So if you're going to load these freestanding components, so you can go to the architecture tab, and then you can see here component, and then you can select here place a component. Okay, if you don't have yet the component loaded in your project, you can always go to the load family here, and then you can select from here. So let's say, for example, I'm going to insert a furniture. So you can select the furniture, and then from here you can select these objects. Let's say, for example, table. Okay, so you can select from here. So I'm going to select up one level. Okay, you can also select some specialty equipment. Okay, you can select that, and you can select domestic. So you can select from here. Okay, so some of the models here are 2D, some are 3D. Okay, anyway, the family or the freestanding components that I needed is already loaded in the project. So I'm going to close this one. Okay, and then from the drop down arrow, I'm going to look for entertainment center. So I'm going to select this one. Okay, and then I'm going to place it somewhere here. Okay, so if you want to rotate your entertainment center or your freestanding component, if you want to rotate it, okay, so do not click yet. So what you can do is you can press the space bar. Okay, so you can press the space bar to rotate your object. So let's say I'm going to place it here, click. Okay, and then I go ahead and select modify. All right, so I'm gonna click this, and then you can also use your arrow to move it, arrow on your keyboard to move it left and right, up and down. Okay, so while the furniture is still selected, I'll go ahead and select the selection box here if you want to uh, create a 3D section of this object with this object. So you can select this, and there you go. So you will now be able to see it from there. So you can click that, okay? And then you can also move that if you want to see more, okay? So this is how it looks like, okay? So that is our first freestanding component. So now going back to my level 1, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to select another object. So let's say, for example, I'm going to add here a planter. Okay. So again, I'm going to select here the component, and then from the type selector, I go ahead and look for planter. Okay. So I'm going to select the planter box. I click that, and then I'm going to place it here. Okay. So I pick, and then after that, you can select here modify. Okay. Again, if I go to the 3D view, so I'm going to turn off the section box here to show the complete 3D. Okay, so there's the planter box that I just placed, as well as the entertainment system. Okay, there you go. So this is the planter box. So I just need to put a shrub here. So going back to my level 1, so I'm going to select the component. And then from the drop down arrow, so I'm gonna go ahead and select RPC shrub. Okay, this one. Okay, so I'll try this one. hydrangea 1.12 meters. So I select this, and then I'm gonna place it here at the center. Okay, and then I go ahead and select modify. Now, if you're going to select the 3D view here, you will notice that your plant is actually inside the planter box. So what we're going to do to make it look like that is at the top of this one, of this box. So from the south elevation, okay, I'm gonna zoom in. I'm going to select this and then I'm gonna move this. So using the move command, I pick this as my base point and then I'm gonna place it here. There you go. Okay. So in 3D view, it looks like this, right? So this is an RPC. So if I'm going to change my visual style to realistic, you'll be able to see the material of that RPC. Okay, there you go. Right. So but changing your view to realistic, okay, so this is not advisable if you're just starting to model or if you are in the process of doing your model, okay? Because what will happen is it will make your uh, program or the performance of Revit quite slow, okay? So we only change our visual style to presentation view or to realistic view if you are trying to create a presentation view for your client. But if you are in the process of doing the model, so it would be better if you just change that to it's either hidden line or shaded view. Okay. So after I place that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another RPC component. So going back to my level one. So let's say here, I'm going to add a car. Okay. So I'll go ahead and select the component. Okay, so where's the car? So you can go to, although it's already loaded here, so just to show you where did I get the car, so you can go to the load family and then you look for entourage. There you go. Detail, chair, female. Okay, so you can select this model here. Okay, so the Beetle, I think it's already loaded here, so no need for me to select that and load. So I'll just need to click the drop down arrow and then look for our PC Beetle. So I go ahead and select this one and I'm gonna place it here. Okay, and then I select here modify. Okay, you can also rotate this if you want. So I can click this and then you can select the rotate. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna pick here. So let's say about 10 degrees. So 10, enter. Okay, there you go. So if you want, you can copy that. Copy multiple constraint. Okay, here, 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 and here. Okay. So in 3D view, so this is how it looks like. Okay, again, if you're going to change your visual style to realistic, so you can see the material of your car there. Okay. All right. So going back to level one. Okay. So after that, so what we're going to do, let us try to add some more component, RPC components. So I'm go ahead and select here RPC male. Let's say I'm going to insert Alex. So I select Alex. So I'm going to place one here. Okay. So let's say I select Cathy. I'm going to place it here. So let's say I select here Laron. Say I'm gonna place it somewhere here. There you go. Modify. Okay. So in 3D view, this is how it looks like. Okay. Okay. Although you can place the RPC components anywhere in the view, try to place them logically so that the rendering appears realistic. All right. Okay, so this time, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a decal to my model. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and select the south elevation here. Okay, so south elevation, and then after that, I'm going to select my insert tab, and then I select here an image. Oh, this one, just decal. So I select here, place decal. Okay, what is this? Create new decal. Okay, there you go. And then I select here the source, which is this one. This is a BMP file. So I select open. So there's the decal. You can modify here, and then you can select OK. Okay, then after that, you can now click the face to place a decal. So I'm going to select this, and then I select here modify. Then 3D view, there you go. Let me see the south again. Why is it not reflecting? How about I change this to realistic? There you go. So you can click that, and then you can make sure your lock proportion is set. So you can adjust that. You can click from here. Okay. Okay, so it's kind of funny here because they are floating, but that's how the RPC is created. So no need for me to modify. But if I want, I can just click that, and then you can use your mouse to move down the object. Okay, so that it looks like something like this. Okay, all right, there you go. Okay, right. So if you want, you can also modify your wall here. So let's say, for example, you want to change this wall. You want to change the material. So again, just make sure this is unrealistic if I want to show the material of my object. So I'm going to select this. Let me try to modify it. Edit type, structure. So I'm going to change the exterior side. So I click this. Let me change the material here. Okay, so let's say, for example, I'm going to look for finishes. Do we have finishes? Exterior wall. Exterior. No other material. So exterior. Mm, this is not the thing that I want. So anyway, let me try this one, and then okay, and then okay, okay. Let's see. Okay, so there you go. So as you can see, it now reflects to all of my model here. Okay. There you go. But if you only want to modify this wall here, so you just need to duplicate this. So you can select that, edit type, and then you can duplicate that. You can change the name, and then okay. Then after you duplicate, you just need to go to structure again. You can change the material, okay? And then you can just go ahead and look for the material that you want. So let's say, for example, go ahead and select this metal panel. I select that one, and then I select here OK, OK, OK. There you go. So as you can see, it applies only to this selected object. Okay. So basically, that's how you enhance a scene with non-building components and decal. So you can also go to the level 1, and then you can create a camera. You can click this drop down arrow here in camera. Then you can place the camera here, and then you can pick here. Okay, there you go. And then again, just make sure you change your visual style for presentation. Change that to realistic so that you have your perspective view. All right, there you go. So hope you learned something from this video. And if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can put it on the comment section below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right. So once again, this is Rich. Have a nice day.